That's great, partner. You two ever go outplace everything in its proper place?
That does not make sense, but we usually do go. We head to Kroger's, and we work.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lady waiting for me back home also. She has the most beautiful scrotum. Oh, God. And when she sings, she sounds just like a puppy dog. How do you nail a photo?
Just gotta get in the mode. You gotta talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Talk with your eyes.
Okay, so can you show me a little bit of something, like to this camera? I would love to know how to do this. I just want to know.
Well,
teach me something.
You can get the sexy eyes. Then you gotta get the smile going on some shoes, but
Wait, hold up.
I gotta try this with you. When it's time to laugh,
I gotta try this with you.
Think of something funny and start laughing.
Do it again. Do it again. How do you do it? Teach me.
Sexy eyes.
The sexy eye.
This is sexy eyes right here.
Smizing?
Smile.
So you're smizing.
Smile.
Okay.
And then you gotta get the.
No, I look like I need to take a poop or something.
Wish words were like little toy guns. No sting, no hurt, no one, just a bang, bang. Right?
Is that it?
Yeah, it's something like that. Just a bang,
Toy
bang,
guns.
rolling off your tongue.
Toy guns.
It's no smoke, no
Bang, bang.
bullets.
Water guns. All right.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis is ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold up, we just saying hi. Five somebody rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a good evening right now. I hope you guys are enjoying your Friday nights. It is Friday night, y'all. It's Friday night. I hope you guys are doing something good. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys are doing something positive, something wonderful. something good for your family, friends, and whatnot. Or hopefully you're just curling up, having a good cracking up with a cold one and watching some really stupid Netflix or something. You know what I'm saying? As long as you are enjoying yourself and enjoying your time in a positive way, I am all for it. Yay to that. Okay? Anyway, we got some things we got to talk about. Today's show is a little bit special because there's something that's going on. You know, there's something that's been going on circulating throughout the internet. There's been this thing called Stand with Sophie, and I couldn't have thought of anybody else better to bring onto the show than my brother Kyle Swanson of KTS Predators. What's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm blessed, man. I can't complain. You know what I mean? I'm alive. I'm kicking. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday. Thank you, God, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? So, but what were we going to say, Kyle? What do you say?
I just got back from vacation, too.
Oh, yeah. You did?
No, you did.
Oh, I did. It wasn't vacation. I went out for work. I went out for work. I wish it was, it was kind of like vacation, but kind of not. I mean, anytime you're near the beach, it's a vacation. You know what I'm saying? But I was working my ass off. You know what I'm saying? So I was blessed to be a part of it and blessed to be there. But at the end of the day, it was definitely work. This man was, they put me to work. And it was wonderful. But here it is. We're here to talk about this thing. Now, I know a little bit about this, and this is something that has been circulating throughout social media. It's been a thing on, there's a Facebook page, a Facebook group that, you know, kind of covers these kind of conversations, these kind of topics. And there is something that is very interesting. It's called Stand with Sophie. And it's dealing with a 9-year-old girl from Texas named Sophie. And I'm not going to show you guys the video because of various reasons, but she makes some very, very interesting accusations about her mother and her mother's boyfriend, to the point where the parents or the grandmother, actually the parents first, are trying to get poor little Sophie out of the father's car, and she's refusing to get out. I mean, she's holding on to everything. She's kicking them. She's screaming. She's screaming for her life, you know? And she basically says a lot of different things, a lot of very interesting accusations in regards to her mother's boyfriend and how her mother watches. That's as much as I can really get into without going into too much here in regards to this. But this is the reason why I wanted to bring in my boy Kyle, because Kyle really knows his stuff. Tell everybody a little bit about KTS Predators, please.
So I own the business KTS Predator Hunters LLC. What we do is we work with sexual assault victims, but we also hunt down sexual predators. By that, we have a lot of decoys out on Facebook and various dating apps out there. And our decoys talk to grown men or women, and we basically set them up to meet with these people, and either we're waiting for them or the cops are waiting for them. So basically we just put out predators for public safeties. We put out their information so everybody sees them. Just basically we deal with that stuff all the time. So day-to-day basis, I'm dealing with a sexual predator.
Yes. So he, and like right now as we speak, am I correct? You are literally in the middle of a stakeout right now, right? You're about to take somebody down right now as we speak, right?
We are. We don't think this guy's actually going to show up. Two of my crew just left, and I'm sitting around for a while to see if this guy still shows up. But yeah, I'll be here for a while.
Isn't it crazy? It's kind of like you're just sitting there, like waiting for them to bite on the bait, like it's fishing or something. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy and disgusting, man.
Yes. So it's funny how much you guys catch, how many people you catch, and how much that's out there, and how many people are out there. It's unbelievable how many people are out there, bruh. But so tell me a little bit about, because you know a little bit more about this story and the story behind Sophie. Do you mind just kind of going into detail about Sophie and what this is all about?
So Sophie, so her last name is Jones. Sophie Jones, I believe it is. She's claiming she is being raped by her mother's new boyfriend. She's waking up in the middle of the night with him there while the mom's watching. She's waking up with blood in her underwear from being sexually assaulted by this man. She went to go see her dad because they have mutual rights. And on the way back, her dad knew already a little about what was going on. But on the way back, she was absolutely terrified. Like you said, she was trying to be pulled out of a car. She was screaming, kicking and screaming. She literally said to the grandma, "I do not want to go with the man. He puts blood in my underwear." I wake up and she was screaming, "Why don't you believe me?" and all that. Since then, there was a GoFundMe brought up. The GoFundMe was actually frozen by the courts. Did you hear about that?
So yeah, and that's kind of part two of this conversation. But and we will talk about that a little bit. But continue with the background story real quick.
Yeah. So she's claiming that the mom is allowing the boyfriend to rape her, and supposedly the grandma actually knows about it, and the grandma's allowing it to happen as well. That's just a rumor that I've been hearing about. I don't know the authenticity behind that, but the dad has basically been posting this stuff to social media and putting it on the GoFundMe, trying to get any type of help he can, because he's saying that the mom is friends with the judge, friends with all the police department, knows them real well, dated a few of the cops, and also is friend with the county state's attorney. I think that's what they call it down there. Or it's a district attorney. Mm-hmm. So he's not getting any backing from anybody. And it seems like anybody he goes to just doesn't believe him, doesn't care what the daughter is saying. The mom's going to win no matter what. And it's a sad situation. A lot of people are saying the girl's making it up, that the dad's teaching her what to say and all that. But I just don't believe it. I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, this whole thing is very, very strange to me, to be really honest. This is the reason why I wanted to bring you onto the show, not only because of your background and your expertise in regards to things like this, but also it's kind of like how much of it is actually, it's very confusing. For example, you just mentioned the GoFundMe account has been frozen. The GoFundMe account has been frozen. The video, the actual original video that was going crazy viral on YouTube has been taken down by Google. There are other people, there are other channels and other YouTube channels that have covered this story, and now those guys are starting to get flagged because of the content, not because of the story, but the actual content that they're showing, like the actual video. And I'm wondering, and I've seen the video, and it's out there, guys. Go check it out. I can't show it on here for obvious reasons, like I just said just a second ago. But you can see that there's so much distress coming from this girl. She does not want to go with anyone. She wants to stay with her dad. She is terrified. She is absolutely terrified. But the question goes, do you think this is fake, Kyle? Do you think this is fake?
No, I don't. If that girl was faking it, she deserves an acting award, man. An Oscar. She mentioned the fact that she mentioned there was blood in her underwear. You need to believe, like I told you earlier, we need to believe the victim, not people. That's just like everybody on the internet. Rumors spread around the internet real quick. I mean, look at COVID, for example. I mean, half of America now believes COVID's fake. So anything that's going to put out on the internet, half of the people are going to believe it's fake, half of the people are going to know it's real.
Word.
We need to believe the victim over accusers. No little girl is going to say, "I woke up with blood in my underwear." To me, that's enough detail right there.
Yeah, and that's very graphic details as well. And a lot of them, a lot of kids are not going to know this kind of stuff. I mean, they're not going to wake up and just like, a 9-year-old isn't going to know these kind of things. I mean, yes, a lot of kids are growing up so fast nowadays, and where kids are very advanced nowadays, but I wouldn't think that she would have all this kind of information at her fingertips to be able to say those kind of things with ease. Also, I just don't feel like she's the type, I just don't feel like any child would just bold-faced lie like that. It just seems so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? And then why would she, of all people, the people that she loves, that she's supposed to feel safe with, that she's supposed to love, that she's supposed to be able to run to with happiness and want to cover them with nothing but hugs and kisses. She's actually kicking the parents. She's actually kicking her grandmother. She is actually saying all these things, saying, you know, the boyfriend does this while my mom watches. You know what I'm saying? That's such an interesting and very graphic detail that is being just completely ignored. So here's the thing. Go ahead, Kyle. You were going to say something?
And the line that really gets me that she says is, "Why don't you believe me?" to the grandma. And that it made me tear it up especially when she said that. Why don't you believe me? Because could you imagine at 9 years old you're being sexual assaulted like that and nobody believes you?
Crazy.
Grandma? Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, I would literally be like, I don't know why no one is listening to me. And then it's the fear. Like, you can hear it. Like, when you guys see the video, you can hear the screaming. You can hear the fear. Like, she's screaming and she's fighting for her life, literally fighting for her life. It is heart-wrenching what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I felt moved. I felt moved to do this today, this evening, because I was like, you know what? I could not do it. I could just, let this, sweep this under the rug and not talk about this. But I was like, you know what? No, this needs to be talked about. This needs to be seen. This needs to be out here. People need to know what's going on, because this kind of stuff does not need to be happening, period. Yeah. Period. For any child. Any child, any person, any human being, it should not be happening like this, Now, I understand that. So the GoFundMe account was frozen. The video, the actual video has been taken down. Mm-hmm. It's been flagged, like taken down from YouTube, Google, you name it, unless it is on somebody else's video, like in somebody else's like commentary video, or they're talking about it. They might play a few snippets here and there of the video. I would put it on here, but I've gotten into trouble a couple times this week, so I'm not about to do this again. I like my channel. I'm going to keep it the way it is, but I want to hear from you guys out there. I want to hear your thoughts, because I know that there's a lot of people that are tuning in via Facebook or on YouTube. If you haven't done it yet, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button down below. And if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Pascal Show. Please, I would really, really appreciate it. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. Either comment down below, let me hear your thoughts on this, or give us a call at 314-766-4581. Again, that is 314-766-4581. Give us a call. Let us know what your thoughts are on this. Like, and that's the thing, man. I've been debating this so much, and I was like, I'm so happy that Kyle, that you were able to come on, because this is one of the things that I've been kind of debating a lot too. It's like, because I feel terrible. I feel in my heart of hearts like a terrible human being for even hesitating for 1 minute, being like, is this real? Why would YouTube take this down? Why would it be flagged? Why would a GoFundMe account be frozen? Why?
I got some answers for that.
Come on with it, baby.
So, there was a court case yesterday. They had a court hearing about the video, and it brought up the GoFundMe and such. The judge ordered Tuesday, it was, freeze the account until they figured out exactly what was going on. Well, as of yesterday, that GoFundMe is unfrozen now, and he is allowed access to his GoFundMe account. So all funds go to that. So he does have access to the GoFundMe now. She also ordered Google and anybody else to take any videos of it down due to the fact it could ruin the court case, and he's not allowed to post any videos. And any videos pertaining to the case has to go straight to the court or a police department. Also, in the court case, they mentioned Sophie is not allowed around any male figure that's not a family member as well until the court case is over. Oh, so there's some big big things that just happened yesterday. A lot of people don't even know about it either. But you can watch a court case if you Google it too.
Wow.
It is public.
Go ahead.
So
I'm sorry.
So that does answer a lot of people's questions. I did see it going around that, oh, you can't even see the video anymore, but a lot of people don't know that the judge ordered that video to be down right now. Because the way it's going to be is if it becomes a jury case, that they're not going to be able to find any jury that's going to be on Sophie's side, or that's not going to know this case by then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they're afraid because a prosecutor or their attorney, the first thing they will ask, like, have you seen the video? And if the jury says yes, they can throw out the entire case.
But what's crazy to me is that if it's going to be, if she's sitting there screaming for her life, screaming bloody murder, screaming to be saved. I mean, no matter what, it's like, this is what you, like, for those people out there, for those predators, for those people who are doing terrible things to little children, that's what you get. That, at least that's what I think. That's at least how I feel about it. Like, that's what you get. I don't care if everybody in the mama know about this before they walk in as a jury. You know what I'm saying? As a member of the jury, I don't care. This is what you get.
Yep.
This is terrible that kind of thing happens. And shame on you for doing that. Let everybody scream it from the rafters. You know what I mean? Scream it from the mountaintops. Like, let everybody know that this person's done this terrible thing. No person should be able to walk on this planet doing that kind of terrible things to a person, to a child, for crying out loud. So it's so interesting. And I understand why the judge did that. But in, me as a human being, my human reaction is what I just said, but I understand on a legal tip, on the legal side of things, I get it. But I feel it's strange for them to freeze a GoFundMe account so that they can get the proper type of legal representation so that they can take that child away from that dangerous environment that she is in right now. She's submerged in that dangerous environment right now. And if the grandmother's involved like that, have mercy if the grandma is involved like that. That's insane. It's a group effort. That's insane, man.
Sad and scary, man.
Yeah. That's some scary stuff, Yeah. So guys, got any questions? Comment down below. Let us know what you think in regards to this. Crystal Lynn on Facebook said it's heartbreaking. Absolutely. Judy on Facebook, Judy Hogan on Facebook said, no child should go through what Sophie is enduring. I totally agree. Nathan Hunter said, Jill Smith, I don't know what that, I think he was trying to tag somebody, I think. Tano Vane said, what's up, Tano Vane? Said on YouTube, it's definitely terrible. I saw it a bit ago. I thought it was one of those things people would forget about after the fundraiser was banned. I'm glad they didn't. And me too. I'm happy about that. Dorothy, with the way the world is now, with trafficking kids and anyone of any age, what these guys are doing is the best work. She's talking about you guys. And it's up to the courts to follow through with locking these people up proper. I totally agree, And Terry Berry on YouTube says she's with Dad right now. Thank God. I hope that she's in good hands. You know what I'm saying? For right now. But let me ask you this, Kyle. Like in regards to something like that, obviously those are kind of rare moments where you got a kid who's actually screaming for their lives. Right? Being that vocal, excessively vocal, saying, "I don't want to go back to mom's house," or "I don't want to go back to dad's house." But what are other tell signs that a child may be in distress?
Well, man, it's so hard with the child because a lot of them keep things hidden. But if a lot of kids like to be hugged by their parents, but they say a lot of time with the sexual assaults that all of a sudden the kid's not wanting to be touched even by their own parents. So if you go to hug your kid and all of a sudden they're backing up or jumping, there might be something going on there. a lot of them will be afraid to go to bed at night. If they're afraid of their own room, that's something that they've always been comfortable in. There might be something going on. I mean, there's so many things. I would suggest Googling it and looking at it, because I could go on for hours about it. There's hundreds and hundreds of signs. And I did one day, I went and read pages. I think I read through almost 50-something pages of signs that you could be looking for your kids. And it's scary. It's sad. I would suggest actually going and looking at it.
Yeah. I will.
Yeah, because even my mind's going everywhere right now because I'm trying to watch it for cars too for this guy.
Yeah, no, I understand. You busy right now too. But let me ask you this: where can they go? Like, what's the page so that they can see these go-to signs?
Oh, it's Rain. Let me look it up. I'll pull it right up on here.
Yeah. Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, freaking. If you Google Rain sexual assault, it will pop up.
Rain.
RAINN sexual assault.
RAINN?
Yeah, sexual assault. That's one of the biggest sexual assault organizations in America.
Dope. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at that myself. And I do say I recommend all parents, all parents should be, checking this thing out. I think it's really important, especially like something like that. When we see something like that, it just nowadays things are being so much more transparent. Things are really getting out there with just the abuse that kids are dealing with. Things are finally starting to come out. The truth is finally coming out. And sometimes these kids are not that lucky, are not lucky enough to be able to be heard. And it's terrible that particular situation, you had somebody screaming. She had to scream the truth out. And still, even in that moment, people didn't believe her. Thank God the dad was videotaping what was going on. You never know, if he didn't do that. They probably wouldn't have believed any of it. It would have just been hearsay. So anyway, Kyle, let everybody know where they can find your site, your page, if they want to contribute, etc.
We are actually running on a new page name called KTS Stop Sexual Assault. You can find us there. If you search KTS Predator Hunters LLC, you'll find our private group. Patreon took us down again, so they don't like what we do for some reason. So it sounds weird, but we actually started an OnlyFans for our business. And obviously it's not pornographic. It's we share our conversations that we have with people. So that will give you a direct line of what these guys are saying to kids. It gives you examples of what to look out for, what to look for in your kids' inboxes. And that goes all in our OnlyFans. And that's at onlyfans.com// KTS Predator Hunters LLC.
So you're on OnlyFans.
Yeah, sounds
That's
weird.
What's up.
I know, but
no.
It helps.
No. Hey, any place that you guys can generate some incomes so that you guys can keep doing what you're doing, which is kicking some butt and taking names, you know what I'm saying, all for the betterment of these kids out here, for the safety of these kids. Real talk. Like I'm saying, this man's a true G. He's out here right now. He's Skyping with me right now. And he's in the middle of a stakeout right now as we speak. That's how badass this dude is. And unfortunately, if OnlyFans is the way that you can generate some income on this piece, man, make it happen, bruh. Make it happen. Because you're doing something that's a godsend. Real talk.
Yeah, it's helping us out so much, man. I mean, we actually can afford to do more things with the business, and it's nice.
Yeah. I love it, man. I love it. Real talk, man. But, hey, Kyle, thank you so much for being on. We're going to go into a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Hey, take off. Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers are trucking for tweakers and losing their circles. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. There was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for good.
how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean and rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.
I'm sorry, I can't make this interview boring because this man is too exciting as a host. And I'm truly saying this, and if y'all can't do this, me and this man here is gonna leave and go somewhere else where we can get some love. I want everyone in the building to say, I love Pascal on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Wow. Hey, welcome back, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If this is your first time checking out this show, please go hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button on our channel, youtube.com/The Pascal Show if you're watching on Facebook or anything of that sort. But we got to jump into a little bit more conversation. Tonight is a little bit of a short show. Why? Because it's Friday. Let me just say that again. Because it's Friday. So, and this man is tired. But I am, we got a few things we got to talk about. One of them is something that I didn't get to cover on this morning's show. And it was the thing about, what is really, really crazy is that there was a protest, a Black Lives Matter protest in Times Square, New York City. And, well, guess what? Another car rammed through a whole bunch of protesters once again. And, we got the footage. We're going to take a look at it. Here it goes. Look at that. Wow. Bruh. Crazy, right? So, here it is, y'all. Such a damn shame, you know what I'm saying? Like we're out of here. People are out there protesting, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the streets. This is New York City, by the way. New York City is so packed and so crazy. I mean, there are pedestrians and there are people walking on the streets all day, every day. I mean, it's the same thing. This is not a normal day. This is not a unusual day in Times Square. I guarantee you that. That is not unusual. What you just saw, that kind of how packed it is and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy that there are people who are willing to drive through people. You know, there's a certain level of like, we got to find a certain level of, you know, calm. We need to find a certain level of peace. Now, I understand. Yeah, they might be in your way. you're trying to get to work, or you're trying to go to that date, or you're late for your job, or whatever it might be. You know, you got that appointment you got to go to in the middle of the day, middle of the night or whatever in New York City. But is it really that necessary to blaze through people like that? That doesn't solve or serve any purpose at all whatsoever. I care about the well-being of every human being. Driving through people like that is dangerous. And we've already seen this multiple times in other cities where other cars have just driven down highways, just plowing people down. We're at a place now, we got to find another way to peacefully protest, but we also got to not have stuff like this happen, because you know what? That guy, now it's been caught on tape, now it's all over social media, and we're even, to the point where I'm even covering it right now. Somebody else is going to be watching that video and feel motivated, inspired, maybe, to do the same thing. And then we go back to the same cyclical crap all over again. We got more and more people getting sick, not getting sick, but getting hit and hurt. What the heck? It's truly insane. It's truly insane, in my personal opinion. From my understanding, no one got hurt in the midst of that, and thank God nobody got hurt. But at the same time, it's terrible. No about Batista. Unfortunately, people don't care anymore. Protesters should change locations for protests. I do think that here it is. Obviously, there's protests all over the country, going on all over the country, right? And people are going to protest where they want to protest. And you're absolutely right. They need to change it. They need to change locations, because here it is. That's a foreshadowing of what's to come. That literally is a small inkling of foreshadowing of what could really, truly come here in the very near future. Imagine another time. Like I said, that video's out there, right? That video's out there. Now people see that. Other crazy people that are willing to do the same damn thing that driver did. Then they go, well, I'm tired of everything. I need to get through these people. I'm tired of all these people doing these things, protesting in my streets, blocking off traffic. Then they drive through it. And no, you're exactly right. You're exactly right, no. Like you said, people will get ideas. Sadly, exactly. They'll get more ideas, and next thing you know, people will get hurt and people will get ran over. Now, you're right with this whole idea that they need to they need to change locations. Absolutely. Maybe you never know. It could have been a march going to the center, to the main spot in front of in Times Square. It could have just been a walk that they were doing just to get to that next location. That may have been the mistake on their end. You know what I'm saying? Which is a possibility as well. But, I digress here. I think that there's a level of, they just got to find another way. I think protesters need to just kind of go, hey, we're all going to meet here and we're going to stay in this one spot. I mean, at least that. If you're going to keep it peaceful, if you're going to keep it organized, maybe marching on the streets might not be the best idea right now. There are too many crazy people that are fed up now that are willing to do anything crazy to hurt people, by any means necessary to hurt people. And we don't need that. At least that's not what I think. We don't need that kind of stuff. The thing is when I think about this whole Sophie, Stand with Sophie thing, when I was looking at this video, when I looked at the video myself, it really, sorry for the left turn, but It really bothers me that we are even in that society, in that world, like Kyle said a little bit ago. We're in that world and we're in that society where we are literally questioning this little 9-year-old girl if she's even telling the truth or not. That's literally what most people, a good portion of the general public is asking right now. And that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy to me. We're in that world now. We're in that particular side of the world where we don't automatically believe a young child when they say something with tears in their eyes and they're screaming bloody murder. That should say something. It's wild to me. It's absolutely wild to me. Like I said, the phone lines are open, 314-766-4581. I'm only on for a very short little bit amount of time, so please let me know what you think. Give me a call, 314-766-4581. Phone lines are open. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, guys. Tanu Vane. Unfortunately, I don't think that's unusual, Pascal. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to me, Tan. Like, it's so weird. Real talk, man. It's so weird that people are out there that don't believe that. And it's weird, and it blows my mind that there are people out there like that in the first place as well, that are doing terrible things like that to a 9-year-old child. It blows my mind. Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It changes when you have your own kids and see things like this happens when you get more angry. Yeah. Feels legit to me. Many used to question the Hampstead kids too. That's some real ish. Yeah. See, like I said, it's just so weird to me that we're in this place. This is the real thing. They're taking down video. They're taking down GoFundMe accounts when these people are just trying to bring this poor girl to safety and getting this poor girl out of harm's way. And yet that's still something that people like. We're debating this, you know, we're talking about this, but we're debating this, and it's just wild. You know what I mean? But again, 314-766-4581 is the line. Give me a call. Let me hear your thoughts on this situation, y'all. Love to hear your thoughts. Give me a call. Don't be shy. Now, there is another conversation that I was going to go into, but I didn't want to get all the way into it. So, here we go. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Jenny H. from Oregon.
Jenny, how you doing, sweetheart? Jenny H., everybody.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I just had to call in on Sophie's situation.
Yes, please speak on it. Let me know what your thoughts on it are.
Well, my daughter was a victim of violent crime.
Oh.
And, I'm not surprised at all about the divisions between people who believe this little girl and the people who don't.
Mm-hmm.
I found that in our case, it was like a division. I mean, you would think that everyone would gather around and support you, but they do not. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like when something happens to you and your family like this, you become tainted, and people shy away.
Yeah. So so you think okay, so are you thinking that the people that tend to disbelieve is because they don't want to look at that child without innocence in a way? Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
I think that it scares them, that they become frightened that it could happen to their family just by associating with you. If this has already happened to you, it could happen to them.
Right.
Especially, if it's someone that they know.
Yeah.
It could make them a target.
So can I ask you something, Jenny H?
Sure.
When your daughter came to you and told you all these things, like the people that were, before I go into that question, the people that surrounded you, were they trying to run away? Were they trying to get away from you? Did you see people kind of distance themselves from you and your daughter after the fact?
As time went on, yes, they did. And as more information came out and accusations were made and the police became involved, most definitely. Even the children did it too. Some of them would separate and said that our family were liars, that it never happened.
Oh, wow.
That, we were horrible people. How dare we, bring this up? Like we were just supposed to sweep it under the carpet and forget about it.
Wow.
And then you have the other side of people who came out and were very supportive. And then what ended up happening is that you had these two groups and they ended up arguing. I mean, we had people in front of our home arguing about, what had happened and who was right and who was wrong. It was just a horrible situation.
So can I ask you something? I know this is personal, obviously, and I really appreciate you giving us all this, telling us your story. But I got to ask you, what happened to your daughter when she was assaulted? Was it somebody within the family, or was this some other kid? Like, what's the story?
My daughter had went to the park, and I gave her permission to go, which, I felt horrible about that for years.
Yeah.
But I had to come to terms with it. But anyway, I had allowed her to go to a park that was about 3 blocks from our home, and she was drugged and raped at the park in the bathroom by some teenage boys.
And they were teenage boys that she knew?
Correct. And I knew them as well.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible.
But another thing that I wanted to say about this whole situation that people don't realize is the aftermath of it all.
Yeah.
That little girl, they're going to take her, and for one thing, they're going to test her for, gonorrhea, every test that they can run,
right.
HIV. So she's going to have to go through all of that. Then, she's going to have to go and be videotaped and tell what happened to her, so that here she is traumatized again. And then you're going to have to deal with social workers. You're going to have to deal with the authorities, the DA. I lawyered up.
Yeah.
It was just, and it went on for 2 years. And, I had every single day, I had to get up and I had to make phone calls and I had to call the police and I had to push and I had to push and I had to push.
Yeah.
And I encountered like a DA. I went in to have a chat with him and he's just leaning back in his chair with his feet up on his desk. Telling me kids will be kids, so you're up against a lot, it's horrible enough that something like this happens to your child or a child.
Yeah.
And then, you have to put up with all this other crap too.
Yeah, no kidding. So,
go ahead. And then after that, there's also all of the counseling, the psychiatrist. My daughter was suicidal. I couldn't leave her alone. I couldn't go to sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, my heart goes out to those people. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine what they're going through.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just felt like I needed to make people aware that, it's an uphill battle the whole way after, something like this happens.
Yeah. So then let me ask you, you went to, your daughter was, seeking therapy, talking to somebody, et cetera.
Oh, yeah.
How is she now?
Well, this happened to her in grade school. So, she's a young adult now. I mean, I will be quite honest. They warned me that she would probably have a lot of problems and act out sexually when she became a teenager, which she did, which caused, a lot of problems, made a lot of bad choices. Now she, is married, has a child, and she seems to be doing okay. But, I mean, she still has bouts of depression.
Yeah.
And she still, to this day, has nightmares about the whole ordeal.
Yeah. No, and I totally understand that. Yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible. Did they ever catch the boys that did that?
Oh yeah, they did. And they all went to juvie for a couple of years.
Okay.
But they all did end up serving some time, but I feel that's only because of my persistence, because I pushed it and I pushed it and I just was relentless. Otherwise, the guy with the feet up on his desk basically was telling me there was nothing that could be done.
Yeah.
And like I said, I lawyered up. So
you most definitely. It sounded like you most definitely lawyered up. It sounds like you sound like a really great mom. Let me just say that too. Because God knows what I'd do if that was my own child. You know.
I understand what these people are up against. It's not an easy road at all. And it happens over and over and over again. It's just unbelievable to me that, it hasn't stopped, or I don't, what can you do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do with people that do these things?
Yeah. You do what you can. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you just try to be as patient as you can.
It cost me a lot of money, too.
Oh, I bet it did.
And I lost a lot of time at my work.
Yeah.
So,
but it's worth it. At the end of the day, it's still worth it. It's your child. Those guys definitely should have been definitely should have been thrown under the juvenile, thrown under the juvie. You know what I mean? So here it is, Jenny H. I really appreciate you telling me your story.
I just had to call in and just say something about it, because after the abuse, I mean, it doesn't stop there. It's an ongoing process, and the kids, they just put them through hell after that.
Yeah.
And if they're of an age where they could be pregnant, they had to test them, to make sure they're not pregnant. And
right.
I mean, as a mother, it just killed me.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy that just real quick, I hate to go backtrack to this the part that you said earlier, but you said that there were people outside, like on both sides, outside of your home, arguing about things. Can you elaborate a little bit more about that? Because that sounds crazy to me. What was going on?
It really was insane. I mean, there was the especially the parents and the kids. I mean, the people that supported us would come over to let us know that they were supporting us and they would be there for us. And then you had the other side and they were revengeful, actually. I mean, they, wanted to make our life hell.
Wow.
And, if they all came, some of them would come all at the same time, and there would be arguments, and, the kids would try and, mostly the male kids were the ones who wanted to fight, not so much the girls. They were just mouthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. I had to call the police.
That's crazy.
We had young adolescent males on our roof stomping around in the middle of the night trying to scare us.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how bad it got. It was just
terrible.
Incredible. It was, like I said, it was like we were tainted. There, yeah. We were a tainted family. I think it scares people.
Yeah.
And, I could have tried to keep it on the down low, but, that's not me. So, I mean,
yeah.
I was down at school causing problems and throwing a fit. They actually took the juveniles away at the school in handcuffs in front of the student body.
Hey, I mean, that's how you do it.
And that might have been why, for one reason, why things got so bad, because it was in front of all of the other kids. And, the parents, I'm sure, heard about it.
And they're going, why would you put that kind of display in front of the kids? And then you're embarrassing those kids for being arrested in front of their peers and nah. But at the same time, if you guilty, you guilty. And that's what you get. That's what I think, Jenny.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Well, I mean, I got satisfaction when watching them being hauled away out of school and handcuffed. I can't deny that.
Hell yeah. I agree.
So,
I totally agree.
But I think that might have been where it started because of that scene at the school.
Yeah. Jenny, can I ask you? Can I ask you another question? Can I ask you another question?
Sure.
Have you completely forgiven yourself? Because I know you said that you've for a long time you blamed yourself. So what did you do? How did you find forgiveness for yourself? And when did you find it?
Well, how did I finally? Well, if I could take that day back, of course I would.
Of course.
But I can't. But, it was only probably through counseling for myself as well.
Yeah.
And going the distance. And, I met a lot of people. I wasn't alone in it. There are a lot of other people who went through this.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I felt like I made a bad decision, but it was not. It was these boys that did this. Okay, and it happens all the time. It just happened to our family.
Yeah, so it's terrible, but I'm hoping that you guys, you and your daughter, your family, were able to walk away from this just stronger. Obviously we get thrown some really, really tough, challenging things sometimes, and it's really how you get out of it, how you get out of that situation, and how you're able to persevere from that situation.
Right.
That, you know what I mean? It's just, unfortunately, it's just another test,
I was very forceful, and I did everything I could, both verbally, emotionally, and financially to take care of the situation.
You sound like a dope-ass mom, Jenny. I'm just going to say that one more time. You sound like you are a dope-ass mom. Real talk. Real talk. And if I were your daughter, I'd be honored to have you as my mom. Real talk. In this situation, you did everything you could. I just, from what you've told me, it sounds like you are just a kick-ass mom. So I just want you to know that.
Well, I got thrown out of more than one place. I'll tell you what.
Sometimes you got to, man. Sometimes you got to. It's for your kid. It's for your kid.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your flesh and blood.
But,
that's why I give you mad props for that.
I just wanted to, phone in and just let everybody know that, this kind of stuff just happens to people. And, there's a lot more to it after you find out what happened. That's when the real tough stuff starts.
Yeah.
Is to get through it.
Yeah.
So. But
if you have people like yourself in your corner, then you're in good hands. You're going to get through it. It's going to be tough, but if you lean on your friends, your family that care for you, your pillars, you sound like you are just strong. You are a strong woman. So being able to have someone strong like you as a foundation and seeing strength like that every single day, I'm sure helped your daughter persevere and get through this tough time. So like I said, that's why I think you just sound like a really dope mom.
Well, and to get through it, you asked me about the guilt part,
Yeah.
Being honest, having honest conversations with people and with my daughter made all the difference.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, not trying to hide anything.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
but anyway, I just had to call in on this one.
Yes, Jenny H., thank you so much. I'm so thankful that you were motivated enough to pick up the phone and call, because I think we all needed to hear that story, So I really appreciate you hearing. I really appreciate you calling and letting us hear your testimony, hear your story. So thank you so much. All right.
All right, everyone. Have a good evening.
You too. Have a good weekend. All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, Jenny H., shoot, man, you're dope. You sound like a very strong woman. And the thing is those are the things that we need when it comes to situations like Sophie's situation. Strong pillars, strong foundations of family and friends that have your back, that you can lean on when you feel weak. And I'm really, really hoping that people stand with Sophie. I'm going to be sending out as many prayers as I can, because this 9-year-old girl is out there lost. And I'm hoping that she gets in the right, she gets the right people to have custody over her, and she has the right kind of protection, because that's what she really needs more than anything. But unfortunately, this wraps up the show tonight. I really appreciate everybody coming on and tuning in and chatting and conversating and all that. If you haven't done it yet, please go, especially people who are on Facebook right now, come on over to our YouTube channel. Got a really great family over there. Please go hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/The Pascal Show. Please go crush that subscribe button. If you haven't done it yet and you're watching this right now and have enjoyed the show and enjoyed the conversation, please hit that like button underneath the feed. That would really mean a lot as well. I will be doing some pop-up videos throughout the weekend, so be on the lookout for those things. There will not be a live show on Monday because, it's the weekends, y'all. We got a nice big old vacation weekend coming up here. I hope all of you guys have a very safe and wonderful and dope and productive and positive weekend, y'all. I'll see you guys throughout all this weekend for sure. I'll have some pop-up videos coming up and everything. I might do a stream randomly. We don't know. Or I don't know. I might just randomly pop up with a stream randomly, but I'll let you know for sure when I do that. But anyway, it's time to get going, guys. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, y'all. Okay? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys. Well, I'll see you guys in the next video, but I'll see you guys in the live next week. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
Ms. Feinberg, I'd really appreciate it if you would close your legs.
Do you find it distracting?
Power, respect. The festival is crazy in the streets. Deception, the fakers and leaks. Entertainers and trucking for tweakers and losing their suckers. Their loves are unique. All of us under surveillance. We was a feeling they made it. Half of them stumbling around and they faded. They live in the world that's degraded for people that's constantly hated.
But you see how he makes these S's in his body right here? That's where he's hanging on, and then he's moving forward with the locomotion of his ribs. That is classic Missouri rat snake right there. I mean, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab him before he gets into a hole. Now, these snakes are not biters. They won't bite as long as you don't squeeze them. If you just stop them like this, it'll freeze them, and then you just gently pull them back. As long as you don't squeeze them, they won't bite.
Yo, Mike, what's up, man?
Guy? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so Sugar Fire.
Yeah.
Fully open, right?
Yeah, we're pretty much open. So you can't sit inside yet. Monday you can sit inside a little bit. We'll have 25% of the tables inside, and then we're letting it rip outside.
So I know that there's a lot of people really concerned about staying safe and all of that.
No,
so what are you guys doing in regards to that?
Well, we have extra people to clean, rub everything down all the time. Everybody inside's wearing masks. And we have those little stickers on the ground so everyone can stay 6 feet apart.
Right on.
The tables are all spaced out, inside and outside.
Sugar Fire, open in full effect right now. They're staying healthy, they're staying clean. Go get you a rack of ribs. Sugar Fire, open right now.
Thanks.
The Fur and Leather Center, providing the highest of fur and leather goods.